If I could spend a month with anyone on the planet, it wouldn't be a millionaire like Bill Gates. It wouldn't be Brad Pitt, even though that would be nice. It wouldn't be a superhero like Batman. You know who I'd pick? Ted Lasso. Someone who had incredible success, not by being a jerk, but by having delusional positivity. Even when people were making fun of him, he would assume the best about them. When other people brought negative energy, he would flip it and bless them instead. It was impossible to get to him and put him in a bad state. He was the epitome of someone who didn't absorb energy, but rather generated it. Ted Lasso has an ancient equivalent. In the Bible, there is a similar character named King David. He was called a man after God's own heart, and this was for a lot of different reasons, but one important one was this. While he was honest with God and would lament about his problems, it would always be immediately followed with praise. He was realistic about what he was going through. He always shifted his mind from that place to God's goodness. He never just stayed there. I got the opportunity to speak at the United Nations, where they were recognizing people for the work that they were doing with the Global Grand Challenges. And before going, I started assuming that success eventually turns people cynical, stressed, ego-driven. I expected that the top of the mountain would be like some of the things I've seen in the regular business world, that it would smell like stress and ego. But when I got there, I realized that that miserable personality type, they weren't at the top. Those were the B players. The people actually changing the world weren't negative or toxic. They were overly optimistic about humanity, overly optimistic about what they believed they could accomplish. The people changing the world weren't rolling their eyes at impossible ideas. They were scheduling them. The mindset of delusional positivity was what really led to the top levels of success. And I use that term lightly because we call it delusional positivity until it starts working. The same is true with faith. Faith is the absolute, assured, positive belief about the goodness of God. Such a positive view of him that you are willing to trust him with your life. In a world full of negativity and doubt and people tearing each other down, be a David. Be a Ted Lasso.